So we're going to go ahead and just allow your eyes to close. And if you don't feel like closing your eyes, you can also allow your gaze to come out in front of you a couple feet, letting it soften. And then allow yourself to feel comfortable and settled in wherever you're seated. Taking notice of the breath. Watching as your inhale comes in through the nose, all the way down to the lungs. And then as it comes back up and out of the nose. We'll stay with our breath for a little bit here. And as thoughts start to come in, just gently guiding your awareness back to your breath. We'll take a couple more breaths together. This time taking in a nice big breath in, and maybe letting the air come out the mouth this time. And we'll do that a couple more times. When you're ready, maybe rubbing your hands on your thighs. Maybe rubbing your hands on your arms and shoulders. Letting your body be present in the moment. And you can go ahead and allow the eyes to open again. I'm just going to briefly go over the chakras so that we can join in this meditation together. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the chakras, these are, I wouldn't necessarily say places, but they are areas that are located near the spine, and they are energetic. So if you have a surgery, your doctor's not going to open you up and see that there are chakras there. But these chakras allow us to interact with the world. Our experiences affect what comes in and out of our body, what we let take in mentally, physically. So we're just going to be focusing on the chakras with intention. So I have to look down to remember what all the chakras are and what they do. So I have this piece of paper for me. But we're going to choose, or maybe think of an intention of what you want to work on today or this week, something that's been maybe missing lately, or something really nice that you can do for yourself. And once you have that intention in your mind's eye, I'm just going to move through the different chakras. And as I'm listing off some of the characteristics of these chakras, maybe think of one or two that align with your intention that you're setting for today or for this week. So the root chakra is related to safety, security, your basic needs like money, food, water, health, and embodiment. The sacral chakra is related to pleasure, emotions, desire, fluidity, a sense of well-being. The solar plexus is related to energy, motivation, strength, purpose. The heart chakra is related to our ability to be compassionate, generous, accepting, and loving. The throat chakra is related to communication, self-expression, creativity, and truthfulness. The third eye chakra is related to intuition, insight, wisdom, and intelligence. And the last chakra, the crown chakra, is related to spiritual connection, awareness, and transcendence. So if you can think of some way that any of those are related to the intention that you've set for yourself today, you can go ahead and I will let you know what sound is associated with those. And I'll just run through these very quickly again, because I know I just said a lot of words at you. So with each of the chakras comes a seed sound, a sound that is said to help balance that chakra. So we'll be spending our time together doing some of that chanting, knowing that you can always chant internally so that you're not waking up your family members. So for the root chakra, the sound is Lam, and that one is related to safety and security. The sacral chakra is Vam, and that is related to desire, pleasure, emotions. Solar plexus is Ram, energy, motivation, purpose. The heart chakra is Yam, compassion, generosity, acceptance. The throat is Ham, communication, self-expression, creativity. The third eye is it's Sham, related to intuition, insight, wisdom. And lastly, the crown chakra, Om, spiritual connection, awareness, and transcendence. So letting your eyes closed if they aren't already. And then I see all of you are muted. Good choice. Then we don't all have to hear each other chanting different words at the same time. We'll take a nice big inhale together to prepare. Exhaling out the mouth. Taking in another inhale. Taking in a word or two, one of those sounds. And then we'll let that sound out on the exhale. Taking in another big inhale. We'll chant whatever word or words for a couple more rounds. And then when you feel like you have that sound really resonating with you, we'll go ahead and take this sound internal. So we'll repeat whichever seed sound you chose internally, letting that word repeat over and over, maybe even pairing it up with your breath. As your mind begins to wander, bringing it back once again to that seed sound. Knowing that over time, the word that you started with may sound different now, or you may have forgotten whatever that word was. That's okay, just let it be. When you're ready, letting that sound naturally fall away from the mind, we'll bring our hands to heart center. Once again, remembering that intention that you've set for today or for this week. Now maybe placing your hands on top of your heart, letting that intention soak into the body, soak into the mind. Letting that intention reside here in the heart space. Knowing that that intention is now solidified here in your body. Allow yourself to let go of that intention, knowing that you will be able to come back to it today and later this week. And then we'll take our last few minutes together, getting some mindful movement in, waking up to the day. So I'm just going to transition over here onto the floor. And hopefully you guys can see me well enough. The lights aren't on here yet. If you guys can see me okay, can you give me a thumbs up? I realize I'm a shadow, but that should be okay with what we're doing today. Okay, awesome. So we're all gonna go ahead and get on our fours here, finding our tabletop position. And in this waking up for the day, on our inhale, we'll drop the belly, letting the gaze come up, finding our cow pose. Exhaling, curving the spine, moving the chin towards your chest, finding your cat pose. We'll do that again. moving between your cow and cat pose. Letting your breath sync up with your movement. We'll take one more inhale in your cow pose. And then on your next exhale, we'll push back, finding your child's pose. Taking one full breath cycle here, finding some rest on the ground. On your next inhale, coming back up into your tabletop, and then we'll exhale, downward facing dog. Next inhale, coming back to your tabletop position. Exhale, child's pose. Inhaling back up to table. And then we'll move between these two poses of downward dog and child's pose once more. Letting your table be your in-breath, and downward dog or child's pose being your out-breath. Next time that you find yourself in your tabletop position, we'll come into a knee stand. And this will be our last position for today. Hopefully you'll find some expansion here. Maybe if we're all thinking about the sun, maybe the sun will come out today. But we're going to take a nice big inhale, opening the arms out wide, maybe even looking up at the ceiling. And then exhaling, bringing your hands over your heart. Maybe even rubbing your chest a little bit, giving yourself some self-love here. Inhaling, bringing the arms out and open, opening the heart space, and exhaling, finding yourself again. We'll do that once more, all together. And then with your hands at heart center, eyes closed, we'll take one nice big communal breath together before we end our practice. And on your exhale, sighing out the mouth.